Hello, hello, hello. It is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, coming to you with another episode of Podcasting Your Purpose. Today's episode is number 79. Can you see something? Class of 79, episode 79. How ironic is it that I am a graduate, a high school graduate of the class of 1979? Look, 1979, this is episode number 79. And it's so funny because the topic for today came to me just like 5 minutes ago. Listen and learn from a podcast. That's right. I am a proud high school graduate, 1979. And today is episode number 79 of Podcasting Your Purpose. And today's mug is No More Pain, which is sponsored by Motion Illustrations. That's right, Motion Illustrations. So check them out. They are here in the lovely state of Delaware, which I reside in, which I also graduated 1979. And you know what? Here it is. I'm still learning. My grandmom used to say, and she lived to be 98 years old, and she used to say the things she didn't know would make another whole world. And that is so true. Here we are, 41 years after graduating from high school, and I am still learning each and every day. And the most exciting thing about it is I can share that with others, which is why I love teaching, not only blogging, but now podcasting pointers. And I'm not in the classroom anymore. I mean, I used to teach school, but I remember sitting in school, but I'm still learning. So I'm not in this classroom with a big book. Now I'm in a classroom, a virtual classroom with earbuds in my ear, which is now how all of the kids are starting to learn. So this is evolution. We have evolved. We are learning in a different way, but we are still learning, because if you don't continue to learn and evolve, you will be extinct. So that is why I love reading and learning and then coming here and sharing information with you. Now, I had an opportunity this past weekend to listen to several new podcasters, which I love to do. In addition to reading questions from various Facebook forums and communities on LinkedIn, I like listening to new podcasters, not only to get some ideas that I can share with you, but also to learn more information. And I listened to Helaina Jeannot, and she has a new podcast called Middle Class to Wealthy. And she is helping people from lower income levels to look at money in a different way, look at taxes in a different way. And again, like I said, I graduated in 1979. She probably was not even born, but she taught me a lot by just listening to her podcast. So that's why I want you not to only listen and learn from a podcast, which is today's topic, but also think about starting your own podcast, because you have a voice, you have a vision, and you have a mission, and there's something that you have inside of you can save or help someone in the long run. So think about that. I always say, think about starting a podcast or a blog, because you can literally change someone's life. And that has never been more true today than it was yesterday. And a lot of people are thinking, well, is it too late to start a podcast? No, it's not too late to start a podcast. You want to start your podcast now, next week, next month. Don't wait till next year, but you definitely want to start thinking about starting that podcast. So let's just go through the 10 tips on starting that podcast. And you can write this down, or I can put this in the show notes. But number one, choose a topic. What is it that you want to share with others? Again, Helaina talks about bringing awareness to awareness of wealth to lower income people. And you know what? We have not thought about money. We all think about money in different ways because we were brought up in different environments. Our family may have taught us to be savers. Others were taught to be spenders. It doesn't matter. You can always learn better ways in which to manage your money, especially going through what we're going through now. So I want you to check out her podcast. It's called Middle Class to Wealthy. And she talks about a lot of the issues that we face as middle class citizens. And another great thing that she does is I love what she did, but she says, you know what? She told you what she's using. She's using an old laptop, a Logitech C920 webcam, which is what I have, a Logitech webcam as well. I think I'm not even sure what my webcam is. And she uses her USB microphone. And here's my USB microphone. And sometimes she uses a ring light because she does audio and video, audio and visual podcast. And I told you that is another great way if you want to expand your audience. I like doing YouTube separately from my podcast, but you can put them both together. You can marry them all together. So again, she talks about who she interviews, some things she interviews, and you can sign up for her. Again, her name is Helaina Jeannot, and I'm going to tag her on here in her podcast. You can hear it's called Middle Class to Wealthy. So let's go back to what I was talking about, starting your podcast. So number one, choose that topic. What is it that you can share with others? Is it wealth? Is it finances? Is it fashion? Is it food? Is it fitness? Is whatever the case may be, there is something that you have that you can share with others: education, training, driving, household chores. There's just life skills. There's so much out there that you can share with other people. So choose your topic. Then choose a title, something that's going to catch the attention of your target market audience. For example, my podcast is my first one, which is dropping the episode today at 1, is Blog Your Way to a Business Profit. I'm telling you what I'm doing, this blogging your way to a business profit. So if you have a passion for blogging, check out my episodes every Wednesday at 1 o'clock on Blog Talk Radio with Elite Conversations Podcast Media, and you'll hear that. And then on Saturdays, this one's a little bit different. It's just called the Delaware Blogger Podcast. That is one that I talk more about podcasting pointers, similar to what I do here on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. So choose your title. Then number 3, choose your tagline. What is your tagline? For example, Blog Your Way to a Business Profit podcast is blogging tips and trends that will help to turn your passion into a profit. That's the tagline. So describe your show, your pitch, your hook. What is it about your show that people are going to want to listen to? And remember, use your voice. I tell you all the time, do you, boo-boo. You can't do me. I can't do you. We can't do, Joe Rogan or Oprah or Michelle Obama or Katie Couric. None of them. We have to do our own selves. We are the voice behind our podcast. People are going to like us based on not only our topic, but our voice, as well as just the flow of the show. Number 5, choose your color scheme and your cover art. And remember, less is best. It doesn't have to be real busy. You can create something on Canva, on PixArt, on Crello, on PicMonkey, or you can hire someone on Fiverr or with the Upwork, right? So check it out. So create something that is reflective of your podcast and something that you're going to want people to see, because again, it's going to be your podcast. Your format. Are you going to be solo? Is it just going to be you, or you want to have co-hosts, and or will you be inviting on guests? So think about that, because a lot goes involved when it's more than just you. The scheduling is a little bit more finite, or more, you have to be more what's the word I'm looking for? You have to make sure that your schedule is right and tight, especially if you're bringing in guests. You want to make sure that you're planning everything out, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you want to make sure if you're bringing in guests, you have that guest release form, you've got the Q&As, you're comfortable with them. You might have had a conversation with them so that you know the flow of the show. Again, this is your brand, and you want it to be right, and you want it to be tight. So depending on the type of show, if it's just you and the microphone, that's fine. If it's you and other hosts, whether you're in the room together or across the world, you want to make sure that everyone's equipment sounds right, and everyone is not, everyone's talking when they should be, and not anyone's talking over one another to make it sound, like gobbledygook. So think about that as well. Schedule. Scheduling is very important. What day are you going to be releasing your episodes? I like to ask my clients that as well, because you want to put that date in your head. You want to know, like, just like your favorite show. When does your favorite show come on? Saturday mornings, Friday nights, Thursday evenings. We always had that time and place for our favorite show. So I want you to think of your podcast as being someone's favorite show. What day are you going to be on? Wednesdays at 1, Saturday at 10. Let people know. And then when you release it on that date. And then let people know that you have other episodes of which they can listen to. The going trend is have at least 3 episodes there, so that if people want to binge on you, not just one and done. So have like at least 3 episodes that they can listen to before you launch. And then you can launch them all that same day, or you can launch them, the day after that week, within that week. But if you're doing a weekly show, once a week is fine. If you're doing a daily show, God bless you, because that's a lot of work. Now, let's see. Practice, practice, progress. Practice, practice, progress. Well, not an Allen Iverson, when he said practice is just practice. Yes, it's practice. You have to practice to get better. You're never going to be perfect, but you want to practice for progress. That's number 8, but that should be number 1, actually. Practice, practice, progress. And if you're doing it on your phone, or if you're doing it with a condenser mic or your Yeti mic, whatever, your voice is going to sound a little bit different when you're speaking into a microphone, whether it's on your smartphone or an external mic. Just practice. Be in a room. Remember, be in a room that's quiet. Turn off the air conditioner. Make sure there's padding on the floor. There's so many different tips and tricks that I've given you. Remember, those printables are still available. And I need you to also check out other episodes here, or my Podcasting Your Purpose podcast on Saturdays. But again, if you want it all in one, the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook is available on Amazon for $15.99. Or you can send an email to me. Let me give you my email so that you can send an email to order it, and I will send it out shipping free. $15.99 for Podcasting Your Purpose workbook, and it has a lot of information in here for you to help you get started. So practice, practice, progress. Once you've done it, publish that episode. That's right. Publish the episode and listen to it and learn from it. Again, you're going to say, oh, I said too many times. Oh, it's too much echoing. Well, that first episode is probably going to be the worst episode. I still think about the first episode that I ever put out there, and it's still there. I'm not pulling it back, because it just shows me how much progress I have made by practice, practice, progress. And then promote, promote, promote. Let everyone know that you have a new episode. Go online, send an email, send it out a newsletter, put it on your social media platforms, create a website or a blog. You want to make sure that people know that you have that podcast out there, and you're going to grow. And yesterday we talked about growing, right? At least 5 to 6 months. Give yourself 5 to 6 months before you see any major increases in your listenership or your download. If it happens before then, you're lucky, but don't give in if it doesn't happen before then. So those are just my 10 tips for starting a podcast today. Choose your topic. What do you want to share with others? Choose your title. What are you going to name your podcast? Choose a tagline or a description, the pitch for your podcast, your trailer. Use your voice. You can't do me. I can't do you. You do you, boo-boo. Choose your color scheme and your artwork. Choose your format, whether it's going to be solo, interview style, or multiple hosts. Set your schedule. What day are you going to be publishing your podcast, and what day are you going to launch? Give yourself a couple of weeks. Practice, practice, progress, publish, and promote. That's it. The 10 tips I have. Again, this is episode number 79, class of 79. I still have my button here. Let me show you this button. So cool. I don't know why I still have my high school button, but I do. We wore these. You see that? We wore these in high school. So this is class of 79, graduate. And so I am still learning each and every day. If you are interested in learning more about podcasting and you want to sign up for that 30-minute complimentary discovery call, make sure that you send an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com. Again, if you are interested in the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook, that's $15.99. I will send it to you free shipping, or you can order it on Amazon.com. For those of you that have already placed your order for the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook and your basic blogging tips for beginners, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please review it on the website. I would appreciate it so very much. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, Antionette Blake, that you thumbs up this video and all the other videos, all the other 78 videos plus the weekend ones, and share it with your family and friends. Subscribe to my blog, delblogger.com, and you can find and follow me on all my social media platforms using the Linktree ID Del Blogger. So again, thank you so very much. Class of 79. Listen to Helaina's podcast. Again, her podcast is called Middle Class to Wealthy. And again, listen and learn from a podcast. We can all do that. So until the next time, stay smart, stay safe, and stay social, still from a distance, because I will see you in cyberspace. See ya. It's the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger. Have a beautifully blessed day. Wednesday, hump day. Bye-bye.